All right, I think we're all here. And welcome. We're going to bring in Jambo. And if you hear a slight echo every now and then, that'll be poor Steve's microphone. But we've got a game plan to work around it. We're going to give it our best shot. Let's see who's in the audience. Well, first of all, Jambo was letting us know he's going to be late. And here's comic book curator. Nice to see you. And Michael Taylor's here. Welcoming everybody. And here's Maranya. Good to see you. And Steve, I Love Disney. He'd like to get back on the show. We talked recently, but extenuating circumstances keep arising. And here's our Ranger Sly. He was with us not too long ago. Just a few days, actually. And Michael's back. And Fireball, good to see you. And we've got Lead Paint. And I spoke with Meyer Greenblatt earlier. He's going to try to check out the show. And Captain Strangelife should be joining us very shortly. And looks like we've got the great legend has joined us. And the Jackson Roykirk. We appreciate all of you dropping in and watching our ridiculous show. think Jambo's still there. He is. Can you hear me, Jambo? Sometimes Jambo's channel makes him listen to the musical introduction twice. So here's the comic collector. And the good doctor's joined us. Hello there. August, good to see you. All right, I will start briefly. I wanted to show you guys see all this all the time, but I'm new to this. I was looking for that Castle Frankenstein, but they had the Shutter Spooktacular. Notice we've jumped to the year 2024 already. I don't know why they do it that way, but these are great. Like I said, I'm new to these. You guys, this is old hat to you. We'll bring in Captain while I'm talking.
Hey,
hello,
hi
Captain.
guys.
Hey.
How you doing?
And here's the Shutter. This was actually the lead story of this one. Good stuff. I hope you guys are getting scary monsters. Check out the collage on the back cover. And see at the bottom, they've got The Blob. One of my favorite movies as a youngster. And in reading this, I learned something. So I'm going to pass that on to you as our latest segment in the show called The More You Know. They were going to call The Blob the Glob, Glob. But somebody found out that Walt Kelly has recently made a book that same year called The Glob. So at the last second, they changed it to The Blob. So once again, The More You Know. That's the Scary Monsters. Great magazine.
And now you know the rest of the story, just like Paul Harvey.
That's right. Here's a little red mask for Jambo. Even the horse has a mask. Got to protect his identity too, I guess. And here's a Mighty Mouse. It's kind of like a painted cover.
Yeah. Looks like a coloring book cover.
Yeah. Here's Famous Funnies. I'm hoping one of you can explain the gag on this because so Napoleon the dog has them in a crate. I don't know if he's drowning them or giving them a bath. I can't figure out what's so humorous about that. And it sounds like it's got you all befuddled as well. So, yeah. Oh, I explained The Blob. I can't explain that. Superman or Superboy taking the latest jab and backfiring on him. And who else have we got here? Michael Taylor, yes. Rangers Fly. Here's Belvedere. Do you guys ever read this when you were a kid?
No, never heard of it.
Oh, I've heard of it. I never read it though.
It's all straightforward, kind of like Heathcliff or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But these are I got these back when I was a child. I had these. This is how I remember them mostly. You read half the book and then you flipped it over and you read the other half.
Oh.
So at some point they become upside down. And a couple of more paperbacks. And then we'll go to the good captain. Here's some Wizard of Id. And as the great Dr. Orloff likes to say, we do more than comic books around here. Here's another wizard. And I got another Flash Gordon.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Looks more like Doc Savage with that skin color. Whoa.
So, and here's a DC.
Mission.
Yes, he does. And I'll cut a break right here, and we will be running to the good captain. He's got to attend to some things.
I got some things going on later on.
All right, you're full screen now.
I showed these on my channel. I don't think I showed this on yours. Betty and Veronica, number 1. They're hot summer movies, one shots.
Okay.
I saw that on your show. That really is good.
Yeah, it's from I think Tales from the Crypt 41 or something. I'm not sure. And there's a variant with Sabrina on top. And then I just got this stuff here in the mail. Really cheap too. Tippy Teen. This is a one shot. It reprints a lot of the earlier Tippy Teens from Tower Records. I wasn't even aware until recently that Tower Records did a teen book like this.
Are you sure it's associated with Tower Records? It wasn't just another company called Tower?
Not Tower. Did I say Tower Records, man? Tower.
Yeah.
Tower.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't think it's the
glad
same.
you said something, man. I'm glad you said something.
Thought I just learned something.
What is hip song?
And then that stuff later showed up in Atlas Seaboard's Vicky, right? Slightly changed.
I think could be. I don't know.
I think it was the Tippy Teens.
Hello,
Tower
Missing
Records
Mars.
used to be a store here in Chicago and maybe other places that I went to a lot. And I just recently was going through a lot of my stuff. We're getting the furnace in on the
Hello, Gotham.
22nd. So I'm going through all these boxes and stuff, and I find a bunch of records that I had that I bought at Tower Records, and they were still in the package. I haven't even opened them yet.
Yeah, that was a chain that started in LA, but they had one in Dallas for a while.
Tower Records, yeah, that's probably why I have it on my mind.
Gotham City, can you get that Betty and Veronica that he just showed? Just answer in the chat. Sorry.
I'll show it again.
Yeah, can you get that, man? That is actually pretty good. Normally those modern Betty and Veronica things, I think, but that one is pretty inspired.
It's right up your alley, isn't it, Gratu?
It's right up there with that Donald Duck severed head cover.
That's pretty awesome too.
Here's some low-grade romance books I picked up, but I don't mind.
That should be the name of the comic, Low Grade Romance.
Yeah, low-grade
Just
romance.
show people on Kensington Avenue kissing.
Yeah, it is kind of low-grade. You know, she says, what's she saying there? Why must I be a part-time wife? Why can't I be a full-time night walker?
Captain, you're being asked when the Archie books came out.
Oh, when the Archie books came out?
Yeah, when did they?
Oh, these about a month ago.
He says he wishes it must be a store exclusive. Do you know the story on those variant covers, Captain?
No, it's Dan Parent does the covers, I think. Or no, wait. Gavlin after Jack Davis. It says Gavlin after Davis, so it must be after Jack Davis from EC. And I think this is from Tales from the Crypt 41, but I'm not sure.
That's a little more inspired than what Dan Parent would do. Dan Parent's a little bit.
Yeah. It looks like
that's great. Whoever Galvan is, I'm a fan of his.
Galvin.
Great.
Oh.
The comment there is what I'm laughing at.
Romantic story number 108. This is a cover by Don Sherwood here. And she's almost half undressed there.
Oh,
I guess that girl on top is wondering why she has to be a part-time wife too.
I think so. She's just starting to wake up.
Oh, should we do a cover comparison there, Eric? Is that what you're hinting at?
No, I don't know.
I'm seeing a theme developing.
Same pose? Well, no, it's different. Yeah,
Yeah, but they're both just they're both lying in bed,
they're distraught. Yes.
pining. Yeah.
This is a real low grade thing, but this in high grade, this costs so much money. It's great lover romances from the Toby Press. It's got a water
Wow.
spot up there and some markings and a
Hope it's water.
yeah, it's something like that. I don't know. Jack Sparling does the cover. See what Eric started?
Mhm.
Eric Green started this stuff, man. Our love story. This is another low grade. It's got water damage on it, but I paid like $3 for these, and that's probably too much. But
Oh no, not for that.
no,
No, that's 3 figures in mint. So no,
Oh.
that's a good deal.
yeah, it's got.
Yeah, I want them on screen longer, Jackson.
Seriously, 3 figures?
Yeah, those early Our Love Stories. Yep, but one of them, either My Love or Our Love Story. Neil Adams has a story in one. Jim Steranko has a story in one. They're not cheap.
Number 2 of Love and Romance from 1971. Oh, here's a Young Love. Number 56, Young Love from DC.
Ooh.
oh,
Has anyone ever done a Valentine's Day live stream with these kind of covers?
Yeah, Time Travel Comics did.
Oh, okay.
they're to make one for us older people. Call it Old Love. Nobody wants to read that, right?
I think National Lampoon did that. I think in the early 70s they did a parody of a romance comic.
I should probably show these on Valentine's Day, actually. That's what I should do. This is supposed to be.
We will have forgotten all about them by then, Captain. So you can show them
have
again.
them again, I guess. Teen Confessions. It's got
For
a big
us,
crease running through it like that.
For the married clientele, you should probably check with your wife before you do a Valentine's stream.
Yeah, I was thinking that afterwards. Maybe it needs to not be done on Valentine's Day night.
Yeah, you can upload it.
And number 79, A Teenage Love, another Charlton from 1971. Look at those pants. She looks like she got those on the Pee Wee Herman show.
And Gotham City wants to know, did you get your package, Captain?
Yes, I did. I got it right here. I'm going to do an unboxing on that. This, I don't know who did the cover on this, but, you know, this reminds me of the movie From Beyond. Has anybody seen that film?
Yeah,
From
of
Beyond
course.
is where these scientists are like fringe scientists, and they discover a way to enlarge and expand the pineal gland. And then they open up a whole new dimension, and one of these things that's in the dimension takes over one of the scientists, you know, and there's all sorts of crazy stuff going on. And these things are flying around all over the place in the movie. That's what it reminds me of.
Micah, you should redo the cover with Dr. Fauci's head on that guy.
Yeah.
And I bought these the other day. The other week. I showed these on my channel, and I couldn't figure out. I bought them because I knew there was something about them that made them a key issue, and I didn't know there were 2 of them there at the Balacon that I went to on Saturday, I think a couple of weeks ago, and it's the first appearance of Marvel Boy, who becomes Quasar.
Oh.
So I got these for $1 a piece, so they must have made a mistake. They didn't notice it or something.
The issue of the Hulk where he finally uses the name Quasar is worth $80 now because of that.
Wow.
It's like
Why
Hulk
did someone think
234.
Quasar's going to be in a movie or something?
No, Marvel, anything to drive up a price of a Marvel. DC, not so much.
And here's a couple of things I got from Mike, Night Tiger. He sent me these in the mail. He gifted these comics to me. Secret Six, the first appearance.
Ah,
It was really nice of him to do
that's a
that.
cool cover. Yeah.
And then he said he was going to send me this because he asked me if I had it. But then he also sent this, and I think I like this one even better, to be honest with you.
Oh, nice, Harvey.
This is
Good one.
number 45. I can't freaking see down here, man. I didn't put my eye drops in. That's what the problem is. Number 48. Harvey hits.
Yes, he was, Ranger.
This is such a cool cover, man. I love this cover.
I thought that Marvel Boy was killed off by Roy Thomas, though, but somehow he became Quasar. I don't know.
No,
anything about
the
Quasar.
band survived. The wristbands and
okay.
Wendell Vaughn, they gave them to him because apparently his physiology. They tried on, I think, a bunch of people and it didn't take, but they meshed with him, so that's how he became Quasar.
There's a Marvel Masterworks that reprints those early 50s Marvel Boy comics, but I can't find it anywhere. That had great art in it.
I recently saw the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, and I got a bunch of Wiener whistles.
You put on a COVID mask to get a second one? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, you know what? They didn't want to give out second ones, so I went there, just like this, without a hat on or anything, and I got it because it was hot. And then I went back to my car, and I put on a hat, and I put on these real big sunglasses and a mask. And I went back there, and she didn't recognize me. And she gave me another whistle. I'm such a weirdo. And this is stuff that I got from John Carpenter back in I forget what year the convention was, man. In August of 2014. Wizard World Chicago, which is now Fan Expo. I got some movies signed by him. I don't know what I did with them now. But anyway, he gave me I had to buy these. And I wanted him to sign this, but he wanted like $50 for each one. And I already paid $50 to get three movies signed. So that was $150 just for 3 movies. I thought he might sign one of these, but no way. He said these came from his own personal collection at home that he makes himself. So it's not anything that, he had a company do. He made these himself. So that's like, I don't know, a piece of his personal stuff, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, this is, of course, Big Trouble in Little China. That was a great movie.
It was.
Then I also got The Fog. And I got Halloween. This one I really should. Well, I got the movie signed by him, but not this. He's got all this equipment at home to make these like photo quality copies. And in fact, I think he said they are. He uses photo paper for this or something. I didn't remember. Yeah. You can see it, but you won't be able to see it on the camera, I don't think. Well, it doesn't make any difference anyway. So that's stuff from his own personal collection. And that's all what I got right now. I got something going on later, so in about 15 minutes or so, and then maybe I'll get back on after I get done with my other stuff.
I like the backdrop tonight, Captain. Very cool.
The what one?
Your backdrop back there behind you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I got these masks from. These are reproductions. These masks from Spirit of Halloween, and they're bigger than the original ones, and they're a little bit high, better quality. and they were only like with my discount, I paid $10 a piece for them. So I'm glad to have those masks.
Very cool.
So you're going to slip out in about 15 minutes, right?
Yeah, I'll be on for another 15 minutes. I'll watch, and then I'll come back on later, I think.
All right. Well, we're going to try to go to Charlton 66. So
Steve Areno.
try to keep the noise down a little bit while he's talking because we're getting some echo. So there you go, Steve.
All right. See how this works out. If I have a lot of echo on you guys, I'm sorry. Please, I'm trying to get through this thing. Been a long time since I've been on here because of this echo problem. But
Missed you,
went to
buddy.
Baltimore and picked up some stuff. So I'm going to show what I picked up. One of the first things I got when I got there was the big purchase of the day. This nice, was it 4-color 75 from 1945. I think this is right before he got his own series. So this is early in the Gene Autry appearance in comic books. Jesse Marsh artwork. This echo's bad. Is everyone doing all right with this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. So this was the big guy for the day. Very happy to have this in the collection. And I did a trade for Metal Men 1, which I needed in the collection. Big fan of this comic book, and this is a very nice copy. Thanks, Ranger Sly. It's a very nice copy. I got this and this other book I'm going to show, and I've got I thought it was $150, but it's $140 credit with this dealer. So I'm able to go back at some point and trade with him again. This was the other book I got. The first appearance of Robbie Reed, Medallions for Hero, House of Mystery. So those two books I did trade to get those titles. I got some artwork as well, which I was going to show on the second feed, but I'll do it now. This is from Chris Kimple of the Vigilante, obviously Golden Age version of the Vigilante. So I got that. And from Jonathan K. Snyder, which he gave me a nice note with it, is this commission of the Shadow, which I think is pretty darn cool.
Yeah.
I think he did a phenomenal job on this. I think this will be my next framing project. This has got to go up on the wall. So got that from him. Usually what he does is he usually takes half payment up front or all of it up front, and he does a commission. But for some reason, he didn't say anything. He just did a commission, had it at Baltimore, had it displayed, and a lot of people commented how great it was, how nice it was. And he told me that he had it, and I missed him because I was volunteering Saturday, and I kept missing him. So he had to mail it to me, long story short. And then also from the Frame Brothers, I got the Super Adaptoid, which they did a great job on that, I thought. And to segue from the Super Adaptoid, I got this bad boy. It's actually an action figure, believe it or not, of the Super Adaptoid.
Nice.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's expensive, but to me, he was worth it. He's almost a foot tall, so the rest of the Marvel Legends go up against him. He's the right height as he was in the comic book, so that's kind of cool.
Captain Kryptonite.
What?
He looks like Captain Kryptonite.
He's a great villain. I don't know if y'all ever had seen him in television, especially great. Here's a Baltimore Comic-Con program. That's a must-have. Have every one since I've been going. This is a yearbook. They did a celebration of all the first comics characters from the 80s. So it's all, thanks, Michael Taylor. with all the artists that appeared at Baltimore did pinups and stuff of the first comic characters, Grimjack, John Sable, people like that. I picked up Out of This World what number? I don't know what number this is. Let me tell you 1 second. Number 16 from 1959. So that's kind of a cool, trippy cover. Get him out of the way. Have a cool, trippy cover there. Space Adventures, fourth appearance of Captain Atom. I'm slowly trying to get up to 33 if I can afford it. But 33 is on my number one wish list. Big time. Trade Suspense Stories. I don't know what number this is. Charlton always doing their best not to let you figure out what comic book it is. And I picked up Korak, Son of Stone, number 1. There's a 9.0, but I cracked it, so I can obviously read it and put in this nice
Good
fresh
man.
Mylar. So I think that's very cool. The Gene Autry is going to be coming out soon. I just have to. I want to double board it. Don Winslow of the Navy, and in this issue, he talks. Thanks, Jambo. He talks about. They tell you what he's wearing. As you can tell, his top one there, he's a Medal of Honor winner. So our man Don Winslow has won the Medal of Honor at some point. I don't know what adventure he did, but he did it then. That's what I do for right now. So I give everybody a break from the from the echo. Thanks, guys. I'll be back for a second round.
And thank you, Steve. When that Super Adaptoid showed up, my heart went flutter. So, but I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to echo too bad. But I got to get my hands on one. So I hear you. Jambo has fallen off the planet, but he's hoping to come right back in here. So, yeah, we had 33 viewing earlier. Oh, now we're back up to 33. Good. So thank you all for watching. It's good to have Charlton 66 back, and this is great. We'll continue to work with that microphone issue. It's nothing we can pin down. It's not headphone or anything. But
I think it might be something inside of his settings.
We've been looking at that, and we're going to try a Chrome browser instead of Firefox next time, stuff like that. So.
Mhm.
And here we're going to try to bring poor Jambo back in. Nope, he still can't make it. I can see him, but you guys can't see him. So there he's coming in. Let's run to House Grau 2. You ready to go?
Sure.
All right. And then, Paulo, feel free to send some stuff over.
Found this old flyer the other day, the Houston convention with these people from 1978, summer of 78. I would always pick up everything that was free on the counter at Lone Star Comics, and so somehow this survived all these years. These are the dealers that were in the dealer's room. Tanner Miles was out of Fort Worth. Duncanville Books is still there. Wonder how many of these bud plants still exist. I don't know if any of the rest of these do. Uh-oh.
It's okay.
Okay.
Try to bring Jambo back in slowly.
Okay. Let's see what's in this box. Here's the first issue of the Jonah Hex solo title. Uh-oh.
Yep. It's a delay.
Okay. All right.
There we go.
And then it looks like I'm missing issue 2, but then I've got the run pretty much from there on in. Let's see. This was a cover I'm just going through the box, pulling out things that I always thought it's got the Comics Code approval, but what are they thinking? I mean, Jonah Hex is there opening the door, but to me, this looks like a cover on a men's magazine or something. Let's see what else is in here. Here's Jungle Action #2.
Nice.
Awesome.
Well, it's nice.
Beauty.
And this is when they had the 50s reprints. Later in the run, they brought in new stories with Black Panther that I guess are
that one.
now. I don't think do I have any of those?
On that one, they renamed the character because it wasn't originally Tharn. It was originally Lozar, but since they now had Kazar, they didn't want to confuse the readers.
Yeah. I didn't know that, but that makes sense. That needs to be rebagged. Oh, actually, I do have some of the Black Panther ones, I guess.
There it is.
That's what the movie should have been like.
Yeah, that's still the best Black Panther run ever.
Sacrifice of Blood. Oh, this one's been through a fire. Isn't that nice? They would always get these top quality comics at this one store I used to shop at. Stuff that had been through a fire, or the one I just showed you. See how it's been chewed on by bugs? Isn't that nice? And there's nothing else in the store, except for these damaged ones. Otherwise, you'd have to actually buy something new, which would be terrible. There's 21. Okay, well, I guess then I moved to Justice Incorporated. Where's Justice Incorporated? I guess I didn't get Justice Incorporated #1. I've got 3 and 4. I know I've got #1. I bought that. What? Oh, well. Another book that spontaneously combusted. This cover was always something. That and what was it? There was a 100-page House of Mystery that had this fire engine driven by skeletons, and it said, "Fireman, burn my child." And I thought, I was like in 3rd grade reading that comic, and I thought, this doesn't sound right. Why have these adults created this comic? Fireman, burn my... Yeah, well.
At least Philadelphia only booed Santa Claus.
Yeah. Boy, Philadelphia had some fun last night.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, yeah, I guess it was Santa Claus for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This could be the earliest Justice League I actually bought. Those other ones that I was just looking at were bought. That one I bought as a kid. No, and that's not true, because that one with a Santa Claus on, I bought that when I was a kid. Probably because Santa Claus is face down in the snow. Here's one of those great Whitman variants that everybody loves. Of course, on the DCs, you can't tell the issue number because they cover it up with the Whitman logo.
That's great. If it had a Mark Jewelers insert, you'd be set, Gratu.
Yeah, I don't think they would ever be both.
I know it, but it'd be like the White Rhino.
Yeah.
You'd be set.
Yeah, I would insert one in just to be a practical joker.
Yeah. We got to do a parody of Mark Jewelers and just make it something horrible and just open up the staples and put in a extra wrap and say, this is some new variant. And make it like some ridiculous horror. Well, there's a variant of the Mark Jewelers. There's the Mark Jewelers one, and then there's someone else like National Diamond Sales that's got like lingerie ads in it. You know that one? That one that's a little questionable. This is the copy of the Man Thing #1 that my mom bought for me when I was sick. That's why that lunchbox was such a big deal. So thank you, Jambo, for helping me get that. That was a nice A-OK gift. What else we got? Oh, yeah. So I was looking at this and I was thinking, where is my Cole the Conqueror #2 and #1? And I realized, okay, because those had the corner box. I have them in the Silverage box back here. So this is the very beginning of, I guess, the first 20-cent call. So I've got it in a separate box. But separating the Silver Age and the, maybe I should put the early Bronze Age in with the Silver Age, because it's almost comparable in quality. And look at this beautiful cover.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't see that. Look, the closer you get, the more detail you get. It's just phenomenal. No comics like that today. I mean, to me, this is on par with Barry Smith. I'm not knocking Barry Smith. I'm saying this kind of insane detail is wonderful. That's the cool thing about StreamYard. My camera looks awful. I'm all washed out. But when I move in a comic real close, you can get this great detail.
Yeah, these should have been on Saturday Evening Post.
Yeah, I don't think anyone cares about Call the Conqueror. I don't know why it's not sought after, why it didn't sell. It doesn't make any sense to me. And unlike the comics of today, the interior art is just as good. There's Howard Stern.
Yep.
Now I realize why Beetlejuice stopped going on Howard Stern's show. When Howard Stern went insane, even Beetlejuice couldn't take it anymore. So, oh well. Let's see. I never do my homework and have things planned. I just pull things randomly out. I used to do my homework when I was in school, but now I figure I just wing it. That's what a lot of kids do, you know. That's what I should have done in school. I don't know why I tried so hard. The people that didn't try are now billionaires. Why? I'm not knocking Trump. I didn't mean that as a Trump thing. They're saying now that Trump, he really isn't worth that much money. They're going to have to destroy his whole organization. They say Mar-a-Lago, it goes from one beach to another, like across. And they say it's only worth 18 million. He's a liar, so that's fraud. It's worth a couple billion, actually. And they're saying that's just not true. Did you see this? Oh, never mind. You don't like people don't like politics. Okay, here's another book I got when I was a kid. This is Khazar #1. I'm pretty sure it is Khazar and not Khazar, because weren't there the Khazarians?
Yeah, that's what I call it. I say Khazar.
I mean, it's clearly whoever created this character was thinking about the Khazarians, which lived in what's now the Ukraine, right? I don't know.
Or Alcazar and Alcazar.
Nobody. I doubt that Martin Goodman knew who the Khazars were back in 1931, because the name was used for a pulp character.
Martin Goodman did the creating of characters.
He's credited.
Martin Goodman came up with the name. Robert Byrd wrote the stories for the pulps.
Back then, in history class, they actually taught history, and you probably heard of the Khazarians. I mean, it used to be taught in history books. I don't know. I'm not going to say Martin Goodman was a moron.
Well, I don't know exactly.
Maybe it's just a complete coincidence that there happen to be Khazarians in history. But I don't know. That's how I've always pronounced it. So we're going to be real hard to change it. Like, what were they wanting us to? They wanted us to not say it's not Shang-Chi, it's Shang-Chi. And they had to lecture us and stop the stupid movie. And he explained, no, it's really pronounced Shang. Oh, please. We pronounced it Shang, like Shanghai. And I'm not going to stop after 50 years just because some new woke movie tells me to pronounce it a different way.
Of course, Shanghai is not pronounced Shanghai in Chinese.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter because in America we pronounce it that way, so they need to start pronouncing it our way. That's the American way. They need to learn how we mispronounce the names of their country and cities. Come on.
Yeah, they're the Chinese not
Come
speaking.
on, man. I guess someone else can go on it because I'm just like faking it here. I haven't bought any new comics, so I can't really do anything impressive here.
Well, we've got Jambo returning, and he brought with him Spinner Rack. It's nice to see you, Spinner.
Yeah, he dragged me along.
Okay, I got to leave the show, so I'll come back after I get this other stuff done because I'm on a time frame to do.
Okay.
All right. See you guys later.
Watching Trump, right?
While you're doing that, we will take a look at what Paulo has sent over.
All right. So, how often do you think about the Roman Empire?
Every day.
Exactly. And in French comics, it is every day because there's a bunch of different series about the Roman Empire, although most of them are modern. So I did pick some moderns this time. The Eagles of Rome, with a Roman citizen and a Germanic barbarian prince who was taken to Rome as a hostage. They become friends and they move up the ranks in the Roman armies. So I chose a few of the covers. This was created by Enrico Marini, the Italian artist, the Switzerland-based Italian artist who created the Clown Prince Charming miniseries starring the Joker. Yeah, that's right. Ranger Slide did the Scorpion. One thing about this series is that they don't have titles. They just have the name of the feature, which is rare in a French series, and then they say book 1, book 2 in Roman numerals. The art gets progressively better, which is good. The series is currently in the 10th volume, but I chose the first 5 covers. Another one set in the Roman Empire, or with a little bit more of mysticism. Murena. So they always go for those phantasmagorical covers with living statues.
That's a cool cover.
Yeah,
I have to admit.
This is volume 2.
Wow.
No, this is volume 3.
Has this ever been translated into English?
Morena, I don't think so. I think the Eagles of Rome has. I do have one Morena book in French and one in Portuguese. This one almost looks like Medusa. The title of this 5th album, the Dark Goddess. This is volume 6, Blood of the Beasts. Seven. This is 9. I like this cover a lot. I mean, you just put a hand being crucified, but you really feel the pain there. Here's a special edition of Morena, because this was not an actual comic. It was sold as a magazine, and it's a biopic of Nero. And different series is Alex Senator. This is a spin-off of the original Alex series by Jacques Martin, which has been going on for decades. But this is a modern interpretation. It's not a reboot. It's set in the future. Alex is a Gallo-Roman a Gallo-Roman adventurer. He usually becomes embroiled in political scandals, not of his own making.
Is this the guy that you brought up earlier? He's always getting some odd job through history and stuff like that.
No. But this is the new series. So they let the character age, and they don't even do the stories in clear line like they used to, but it works. Volume 2, The Last Pharaoh. The Demons of Sparta. This series has great covers, which is something that didn't happen in the original series. The way they play with the artist Manjean plays with perspective. And here with light. That's his usual sidekick from the old books, also around. Something a little bit different. So this is a French edition of an American comic by Brian Wood, Rome West. It's a Roman warrior who accidentally discovered America. And a French edition of a Catwoman in Rome. So not directly related to Rome, but this is at the time Panini had the rights to publish DC in France. They don't anymore. This series didn't go anywhere, unfortunately. This is the only album. The cover's nice, but it looks like the story was pretty uninspired. The character is called the Third Son of Rome. And this looks like it was done when Hannibal of Carthage tried to conquer Rome with elephants. Another series that didn't go anywhere, Centurion. And something a little more jokey, Caesar Macronus, which is making fun of President Macron. And done in an Asterix style. And something also set in Rome, August and Romulus. The Gold of Pilate. This is volume 2. This series also only had two albums. This kind of looks like an animation, not much in the way of shadows. And speaking of Carthage, also a series that didn't go anywhere, but there are 2 albums. And finally, to round out, Vercingetorix, the Gaulish general who was defeated by Julius Caesar, allowing him to conquer the whole of Gaul.
And speaking as an American, when you read Asterix, that guy's name is the most hard to pronounce of all of them. So,
how is it pronounced?
I
pronounce it nowadays. It's pronounced Vercingetorix. Back then, it probably would have been Vercingetorix because there was a shift in the way you pronounce the C's, and so that's probably the correct pronunciation. But I don't think we can confirm that anymore.
So historically, he's the guy that throws down his shield in front of Julius Caesar.
Yeah, exactly.
Surrenders all of France to the Romans. So
yeah, the Gauls adapted pretty quickly to Roman customers. That's the point of Alex. Alex is a Gallo-Roman, so he's a Romanized Gaul.
And you were being asked while you were presenting, were a lot of those in Spanish?
Oh yeah, Alex definitely is available in Spanish. I'm not. Morena should be, so should the Eagles of Rome, but you probably have to order them strictly from Spain. I don't think anyone's publishing in Mexico, but in Spain they managed to publish everything. So the main French series are all available there.
Okay, fantastic stuff. I don't know how long you can stay with us.
Well, I'll stay a little bit longer. I still have to finish the text.
We better run to Jambo. He's having a lot of difficulties. So
I'm phasing in and out. So yeah,
like Star Trek.
Yes. I'll show you some Lois Lane I had laying around here. Those are always fun. Watching Superman do all that weird stuff to Lois.
I've never seen that in my life. That is bizarre.
There was a lot of bizarre ones, it seemed like. There's a famous... That pose has been used a lot, it seems like. And I think this is Hans's favorite issue of Lois Lane. Am I still on?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't tell. Totally in the dark over here. Nice Superman bondage there. There's old lady Lois Lane. More bondage. Somebody was always tied up or something going bad. And here's poor Lois floating off into space and Superman just going the wrong way and everything.
You'd have thought she would have learned after that one cover where he was disconnecting her air hose.
Right. Didn't he like rip it in half or something?
Lois, come on.
Kind of a jerk. There's a strangler, murderer there going to get her. Madman at large. Oh, well. She never learns. There's superhero persona. Let's see.
Jackson, that's Mrs. Jambo's job.
What's he saying? And yeah, I got a couple of things from Kevin from Gotham City. You guys see my last video? I had this in there. It's really cool because, yeah, it was just an exact replica of the original comic. So if you don't have thousands of dollars,
Oops, we lost him.
What was he showing?
I don't
Captain
recall.
Marvel reprint.
Right. Well, Jambo, try again. We also lost Paulo, so
No.
Jambo's taking him with him on his way out. So
Well, he brought me in.
I didn't mean it, Jambo. You didn't have to leave.
well, let's see what Spinner's up to. Hello, Spinnerack.
Hello, guys. All right. Last time I ended. I think I did Gold Key Space Family Robinson, kind of in celebration of Micah's return. So I thought I'd just keep going down that path. I think last time I didn't have number 4 in my stack, so here's number 4. And of course, these are all George Wilson covers. This one is from 1963. But I think they're really cool covers. I enjoy them.
Those look good.
Yeah. Micah, is Gold Key your favorite publisher?
No, but it's so silver and bronze that it's just irresistible to me.
Yeah. This is number 14 from 65. Let's see. This is 15 from 66.
Nice. And in fabulous shape, too.
Yeah, they're relatively inexpensive. And then here's 16.
That's a really good cover.
And I'll kind of go through half of the stack here. And 17. Kind of a stingray looking creature.
You all see where Jambo is. Unfortunately, he's done for the night.
Here's
Should have done
18.
better.
I think it kind of looks like one of the guys from Star Trek in a way.
Yes.
And then here is 19 from 1966.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, some really vibrant covers in that one. Number 20.
Give me a second. All right. Bringing Paulo back in.
Number 20, let's see, 21. Going to 19, now let's see, 67. And I'll do one more here for this round, and then this one's a cool one. Number 22. All right.
Hey, those looked great. Those look great. And we move to Eric Breen.
All right, I'm going to kind of phone this round in.
Uh-oh.
But first, let's get that out of the way.
Hey.
Now, Steve, can I send this down to you so you can touch it and it'll come back like a 9-2?
Steve's giving a thumbs up.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's the only combo I have too. So thank you for showing that one. I'm going to show what came out today. Or that I picked up today. Green Arrow, back from its Night Terrors hiatus. Here is a regular priced facsimile of Flash 105. I guess since it wasn't one of the 68-page Golden Age books, they didn't have to charge a ton for it.
Why is that one special? It's
the first one when it came back. It was the first Barry Allen Flash on the Flash title, because before that he'd been in 4 showcases.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's presumed the numbering from the Flash comics series. So number 5 of Elvira and Monsterland.
Huh.
The Miracle Man series picked back up today. Action Comics, really nice Dan Jurgens story. Hell, even the Mags Visaggio story was pretty good. The main story by Philip Kennedy Johnson, who everybody says is such a great writer, awful.
Huh.
It was another one of those, immigrants, or it's basically illegal immigrants or our friends kind of thing. Anybody has a problem with that, you're the problem. Blah blah blah. Shut up. And the first issue of the new, not Jeremy Adams Flash. Decent, but I think the direction they're going to go is going to really suck. But we'll see. Latest issue of Shudder. Micah showed one earlier, and highly recommend that to any Fossil, because it's right in our wheelhouse. Here's Alter Ego, devoted to Tom Palmer. The latest issue of Retro Fan. And I would show the latest back issue, but I didn't get it because my friend Jerry has an article in it, and they give him free copies, and I'm getting a free one. So
was there a Middleman article at the bottom of that Retro Fan?
It looks like it. It says, check out these machines, Mr. The 60s wackiest robots. So yeah, there's.
Okay.
And that's a couple of Fantastic Fours from about 20 years ago that this entire era has been memory hold, but these were really good. Yes, it was, Ranger. Then a handful of more 80s and 90s indie stuff. Airboy 27, 28, 29. Airboy Romance.
Oh.
Han's gonna be sorry he missed that one. He's usurped me as the true romantic of the group. 33. Yes, it was. I said when we had Chuck Dixon on, everybody wanted to talk about Batman. I wanted to talk about Airboy. There's American flag number 1. And number 2. And to close out, second issue of Archie's Super Teens. Got the first issue somewhere, but I have no idea where that is. Yeah, that's it for this round.
Well, that was great. Although it kind of seems like something's missing. I can't put my finger on it. All right.
What would that be?
I can't. I don't know. I sure don't know.
I mean, I can go get some if you want.
Well, usually we hear from the foofs in the crowd by now, but I think they're
watching Donald Trump.
Sounds like
Yes.
you're low key asking for some.
no.
That's
Yes.
what it sounds
Here we
to
go.
me.
Here's Jackson. Yeah, he figured it out. All right.
I showed some Gil Kane earlier.
You sure did. They were, okay. All right. Enough of that. A couple more BCs. Life goes on. Take a bow. And I thought this was an odd title for 1974, but whatever. And a little Swamp Thing. And for Gratu, I'll show that.
Yeah, I used to have that thing.
I walked into a store today, and the guy said, "You like books in any condition, right? I don't think I can sell this, so I'm just going to let you have it."
That's not that bad. Well,
No, and I will take it. And I didn't have that one, so I believe that's Walt Kelly on the cover. So I'm thrilled to have it. And Paulo's back. I'll just show. And I recently got this, Paulo, over the weekend for $2.
All right.
It's the one album I didn't have.
Mm-hmm.
And probably I neglected getting it because it's based on the cartoon. It wasn't really an album strip like usual. So
yeah, there's one with the 12 works of Asterix as well.
Right, I've got that.
Mm-hmm.
And he also gave me this Mutt and Jeff, and you can see why it's got a huge. But well, I like the old Mutt and Jeff, so. So the reason I'm going through all these BC is I was trying to get them all, and I think I have them all now. So I think Shannon also has them all too. I'm not sure. 2 more. The star's headed right for him. Okay. I think that's it. I already showed that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's it. All right. Let's see. Steve, you want to go again? Okay.
All right. Everyone's favorite comic book and character, the son of Vulcan. And I'm sure Gratu likes to know Tony Tallarico did the cover and artwork. I'm very, very happy about that, Kenneth. And that was Mysteries of Unexplored Worlds 48. And then it changed, and he got his own title, Vulcan number 49. And you can see right here that Dave Cockrum designed the costume. very young Dave Cockrum, which I learned at the Baltimore show that was in fact very accurate. But yeah, Tony Tallarico's on this again. Brought to you if you want to pick it up. Picked up some there's some Justice League America that I needed. I thought I had these. I remember reading it as a kid, but I couldn't find these in my collection as I was going through it. So I picked up this one and 141, which I remember these stories vividly. I just can't find the books for some reason. And number 82, I upgraded a copy. I still can't find my beat up one, but really with the JSA in it, I'm there. Picked up some Thors, some from the 80s. If you don't know what the connection is, they're all Bob Layton covers. They're good stories though. I just didn't have these in my Bob Layton collection, so I picked these up. This is always a great cover. And Jackson Weiss also did this book, which I'm a big fan of. Jackson Weiss, Thor, annual number 11. Bob Layton cover. And Curse, which was a favorite villain of mine. Could not find my copy. So found this for a few bucks. Had to replace that. At Baltimore, Tomorrow's had a booth. This book is not due out until next month. I was able to pick it up from their booth, working with Ditko by Jack C. Harris, and this is so good. Bob Layton, the great one. You're absolutely right, Milana. This is working with Ditko, Jack C. Harris. It just got behind the scenes back when he did the Batman breakdown where he has claws. I can find it in his costume. I don't know if I can find it or not. Give me a second, folks, because it's kind of a cool breakdown. It's kind of what you call it, legendary. Yeah. He's got breakdown showing claws within his cape and within his gauntlets, his gloves, slashing at people, which I thought was kind of cool. But yeah, this comes out from Tomorrow's next month. It's really recommended. Also, Mike Groh was there, and they redid the first 20 issues, I believe, in this nice omnibus. Got this there, and for the price, Mike Groh signed it. If anyone's familiar with Josh Sable Freelance, it was a great first combo from the 80s. Really good stuff. And with it, he gave me this. It's not original. It's just a print. And this one as well. And I think that's all that I have for right now. Oh, I did pick up this. One more thing. Cowboy movie posters. It says more.
Oh, cool.
So there has to be another one out there. So this is just incredible. This poster, well, I gotta find it to show it to everybody. It's a 3-sheet. This Gene Autry right there. Get along, little doggies. Look at these boots, man. That is just. Look at that. It is just phenomenal. This other one with what is that? They just knew how to do movie posters back then. It's Buck Jones, phenomenal movie poster. But yeah, I found this thing for $5, man. So I just gotta find the first one where it just says movie posters. All right, that's all I got, guys.
Steve, do you collect original posters or anything like that?
I've got one, and I'll try to turn my. Let me turn this around here. I can show it to you real quick. If you can you see it?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. That's the only one I have because they're so big. I don't have the room for them,
Mhm.
and to be honest, they're really hard to find, and they're pretty pricey. So
Yeah.
that's the only one that I have of Gene Autry, and it's not really one of his better films, unfortunately. But I love it. It takes up a lot of real estate on the wall, but it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got. Thank you, Comic Curator 68. Thank you.
All right. I was trying not to echo, so I had myself muted. Okay. Paulo, do you have anything else before we go into anybody else? Or?
No, I did everything on the first go. I just thought I'd stick around for a while longer because I was busy also writing a text for the magazine.
Okay, good. All right, Grouchy, we're going to head your way.
So, she looks pretty angry. Let's see. Man. Something entertaining here. You start realizing just how much crap was put out. Like, I mean, I have no idea why I own this. You know, maybe this is good. Why did I could have just bought a 60s book instead. Let's see. This is Madame Xanadu #1. Let's see. I've got 2 copies of that. This was I think this was a fun TV series. I think you can watch it on YouTube or maybe Tubby TV or whatever, Tubi TV. It's hard for me to watch that because my wife hates the commercials. But apparently that's the cool place to be. Let's see. Here's the title that everyone likes to chuckle at. That's a great cover. It's like they didn't think about that.
Oh yeah, they
really.
did.
I think they really wanted to make somebody chuckle. They should have named him
Well, they had
Schlongor.
giant size every other comic. I don't know if they did or not, but it's possible. You know.
Let's rename Man Thing Schlongor.
I mean, a 22 issue title got 5 giant size issues. They knew.
This is the one that everybody's so excited about because it has a sketch of the black suit Spider-Man that I never could care about. Care less about. Yeah, this dog is really wanting to be fed. Okay, let's see what we got here. Jonah Hex. Of course, the spinoff was Hex, or it's a Mad Max dystopian future. But, you know, some people think it's a ripoff, but it's the same writer. What else could be entertaining here? This is a wonderful era of Justice League. Look at that. They should just make the characters like that. That's the way they should do it. Man, this dog is making it very difficult. I remember these 2 covers when I was like 3rd or 4th grade, and then this cover very similar cover. Sometimes there would be, and it's the next issue. I guess it's supposed to be a follow-up, but sometimes that makes it hard. Like when you're on the spinner rack, do I already have that issue, or because the cover is so similar? There were a couple of issues of Warlord where the covers were almost identical, unless you had a really good memory. They were red backgrounds. I don't know. I could dig them out, show them some episode. Here's when this artist came to DC. I thought it was a wonderful Ernie Chua that later was Ernie Chan. It just, his art was always great. That was a great period in the mid 70s when he came along. It was just always a treat to see this at the 7-Eleven spinner rack, and then you'd see that name. I don't think he's someone that gets much credit. And today with he was doing pretty much all the covers. Nobody talks about him. I talk about him. I mean, some of you guys talk about him. Yeah, I mean, it's just,
Oh yeah.
but the normal people that put things in slabs, we're abnormal, you know. The people that have taken over the hobby and turned it into a bunch of BS, they don't ever talk about him.
We're bringing back the captain in here. Go ahead.
Oh, all right. How about that guy?
Yeah.
Has he ever come back? That should have been the guy that killed Superman. That would have been I actually would have enjoyed that instead of that stupid, what was his name? Armageddon or something.
Doomsday.
What was it? Doomsday. Oh, a brilliant name. Yeah. Moronic. All these people. There's footage on YouTube. I forget the name of the channel, but it has all this news footage, and they've got like 20 minutes filmed when they were selling the Doomsday Death of Superman comic. People were lined up out the door buying those books and buying multiple stacks of them. It's at some comic store. What is the name? What is the name of that channel? It has all this footage from the 90s inside a Toys R Us. No, it's from like 1980 when Empire Strikes Back is coming out. And they're doing a news report where they get all this B-roll footage of someone in the chat's got to remember it. I discovered it one day and talked about it. Now I've got it saved. I can't think of it now, but there's you can watch people actually. They thought they were going to put their kids through college.
Yeah. Some of those people were investors, and when you realize that they had such limited understanding of supply and demand, wouldn't have made me anxious to want to use them to invest my money.
Yeah, they moved on to Beanie Babies, I think, and Pogs.
Yeah.
And now they're the people slabbing comics. Hopefully they'll move on to stamps.
If you're buying something that you know you're one of millions, how can you not figure out they're never going to be worth anything?
And if Superman's really going to be dead, why do you think they keep putting out the comic book? I mean, it's like, wouldn't it just end? Superman's dead. There'll be no more Superman or Action comics. But the comics still put out. It's so, I don't know. And then DC did the contest. Should we kill Robin? That's so tasteless. Yeah. Yeah, right, Drew? It's disgusting.
Well, Captain, you've returned safely. Everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. Everything turned out okay.
All right. We could go to you again if you have anything.
Yeah, I got a few things. I don't know. I don't think I ever showed this on your channel. This is a signed VHS copy of Into the Mouth of Madness. John Carpenter signed it. Where is it? It's hard to see. I don't know, man. Can you see it there? It's right down there. Barely visible in gold. Do you see it? I thought you see it. Yay or nay?
Yeah, you can kind of see it.
Anyway, And I got this was signed. I went to the is that the patio or the Luna? We used to call it the Lunatic. Portage? Is this the Portage or the patio? No, this was the Portage at the Portage Theater where they had they used to have it's a revival theater. It used to be, and then they mini cons right before the movies inside the lobby. And Frank Henenlotter was there and signed this for me. Right up there. Something very weird video. They don't exist anymore either, I don't think. Then what else did I have here? John Carpenter, Halloween. Got that signed. Oh, and here's the Big Trouble in Little China I was talking about. Signed by Carpenter. And then at the what year was that? 2013 for the John Carpenter Into the Mouth of Madness. This was in 20. What did I write in here? Did I write anything in here? No, Portage Theater. I think this was, however, in 2012. 2012. And then the other theater I'm talking about was the Patio Theater that I went to. And that was in 2013. They were showing Creature of the Black Lagoon and some other monster films, Universal films, and they had Julie Adams there, and she signed that. That's pretty cool. Then I got 3 more of them signed by her. Yeah, because I knew she was going to be there, so I just bought a bunch of these and had them signed. I don't know what they're going for now, but this was at the Patio Theater, September 28th, 2013. So we got a lot of these places around here, but they're not doing anything now that much anymore. Don't know what happened. The pandemic happened. So I don't know. I guess. Oh, hey, here's something for Gratu. I got these from Joann Fabrics. These styrofoam figures. This is supposed to be like a Frankenstein monster. You get them online for $5 and 20% off. You know, you could paint these and you can sell them. You can do a real nice job painting these things, and man, I think that'd be really cool. You have to put a sealer on here and then a primer, and then just paint everything real cool.
That's a great John Kerry you got there.
Who? I mean, what do you think you could probably sell these for? I don't know. $40, $50, $50 for sure. Take a thing in. Here's a zombie. This is supposed to be a zombie, but you know what I use these for the masks. That's what I use them for. I'm not set up. When I get my new house, I'll be set up to do stuff like this. I'll have the room to paint these, you know, and so that should look pretty cool. Maybe even put some hair on them and put bandages on this guy here. Could almost make him either a mummy or a zombie. Gratu's got the ability to paint these monsters like better than I would be able to do. So I think that he would probably do a good job on something like this. But I don't know. Anyway, that's all what I got here.
Good stuff. All right. I guess Spinner Rack. We'll go back to you.
Okay. Before let's see, Robinson. So my wife and I went to OFCON. What was it? 2 weekends ago, I guess. And OF stands for Oklahoma Alliance of Fans. It was in Oklahoma City area. We got a number of things. I have a video up on it. But anyway, my wife is a big Wizard of Oz fan, so she bought this. I showed this on Gratu's live stream the other day. But
nice condition.
Great condition. Fabulous condition. And Romita Senior cover, of course. And then
another one. I have that too. I love that cover.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
I don't think mine's as good as that though, but I still love that cover. It's great.
All right, so back to finishing off Space Family Robinson, 1967, issue number 23, and of course these are all George Wilson covers.
Sweet.
Issue 24.
Yeah, he was pretty prolific, George Wilson. I think he did something like over 1,100.
Yeah. 25
that's nice.
from 67. Let's see. Number 26 from 68.
Yeah.
Number 27. Number 28.
Cool.
A lot of orange in these covers.
Looks like a scene from out of the Jetsons cartoon.
Number 29. Let's see, number 30. There's some fish-like monsters.
They look like betas.
Yeah.
But they.
And then here is issue 31.
All pretty good shape.
And speaking of fish monsters, here's issue 32 from 69.
These are all wonderful.
I wonder how long it took him to paint one of these covers. Issue 33 from 69. Might have to put some of these in the Halloween racks. 34. Yet another orangish cover. Let's see, this was 35. $36. And then I'm missing 37 and 38, although I have them in my inventory. So, and then here's my last one, issue 39.
Could they be on an old spin rack?
Yeah, I've got that gold key rack, so I'll have to put it when I'm in the process. That's it, Micah. I'm in the process of getting out the horror Halloween. So, and then I'll go into Christmas, of course. So after the new year, when I go back to regular comic books, maybe for a month or so, I'll put all gold key in it.
Super. All right. Well, we're going to head right back to Eric Breen.
All right.
He's got that smirk again.
I always have a smirk. So Tuesday was my last day of exile on Phil Street, and this old couple gave us a crate of records, and I pulled this out of there because I've been watching a bunch of Man from Uncle's because Venkman gave me the files for all the seasons.
Whoa.
And I'm pulling this out. I'm going, man, this is so cool. Literally as the news is breaking that he died.
Yeah.
Man.
But
I did
yeah,
the same thing to Ricky Nelson. I bought Ricky Nelson's greatest hits on New Year's Eve, and then I went to a party, and it's like his plane crashed, and I thought I did that to him.
It's a good thing we weren't all around in 1959.
Yeah,
Um,
the day the music died.
Yeah, so I'm just going to show us a bunch of stuff from some random stuff here. And our fighting forces. PEP 304.
Oh, I'm really digging the Archies a lot lately too.
Is Phantom number 7.
Phantom.
Number 9. I think this is 31. The Jim Aparo cover. Power Man and Iron Fist 53. Zach will be looking at half of the cover.
Yep.
And then for the Captain, Secrets of Young Brides, number 18.
All right, man. Secret of the Young Bride. Is that Charlton too?
Yes. At least half the girls on this cover seem happy. So Sergeant Fury 112.
Yeah, Strucker.
So we saw Sean on the cover a little while ago. So here's another one. I was going to assume at some point I bring Dave. Let's see. Here's Space War number 30. Can't leave Steve out. I have to show Charlton. Superman 172 from the Douglas Day collection. You know you're somebody when you have your own date stamp with no date, but. And here's everything Rod could ask for in a comic book. 80 pages, go-go checks, and square bound.
Oh, wow.
Here's Lois Lane's 77. That's from the first issue. I had that at one point. Let's see, was this one of the bondage covers that Jambo showed earlier?
Oh, where's that dart going, man?
Well, I got a guess. Sweethearts 108.
Ooh, yeah. Kissing cousins.
It's supposed to be the Kentucky edition. I should have waited to show this next month. Swing with Scooter 24.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, the old collection had a complete run of Swing with Scooter. They're hard to find. Here's New Teen Titans number 9. Thor 166, where he's fighting the warlock. 302. Fortunately, I don't think there's any of the great one in here. Fortunately, Miranya's off doing a reading, so she won't be there to express her disappointment. There's Tomb of Dracula 57. UFO Flying Saucers number 4.
Great book.
Unexpected 158.
Ooh, nice 100-pager.
And 161. That's true. Whoever just put that up there, we have a month to forget.
That was the comic cure.
See how quickly I forgot. And so our host doesn't feel left out. Here's Walt Disney Comics and Stories 160.
Hey, all right. They're multitasking.
Out of order here. 146. And as I know, a bunch of us have shown this before. Is the random, just out of nowhere, giant-sized Weird War.
Nice.
And Uncanny X-Men Annual number 9. Great story. All the X-Men stories used to be great in this era.
Yes.
And Art Adams art, which means that, see, this is from 1985. He probably started it in 83.
Very, very, very good. That's all I have, and I think Steve's giving us a thumbs up. It's all he has. Unless anybody has anything else, just talk amongst yourselves at this point. So don't forget to watch Spinner Rack's latest video he made. One for about a slab, I believe.
I've got a video dropping Friday morning. When you wake up, it should be up there. But it's I cracked 4 slabs.
4 of them.
Yeah, and so
you did it in the video.
I just did some quick shots. Tried to actually be a little bit funny about it. Hopefully, it'll come off that. So it's not a long video. I don't. It would have been 2 hours of watching me, trying to crack those things. So, yeah.
I'm gonna crack one of mine open, and then I'm gonna use a hammer to crack the plastic, and then I'm gonna scissors to cut the inner one. Man.
It's gonna be like watching Driver's Ed films for these people that worship those slabs.
So that reminds Ken, I found a Tony Tallarico cover about a month ago that was actually good. He was trying to beat Jim Steranko, and I can't remember what it was for. If I find it, I'll show it. But I thought I go, where do I go? Oh yeah, this is the guy that Kratu loves. And I said, if everything looked like this, he might actually like him for real.
Yeah.
But it was like that, career 180 hitter winning a batting title. Like one cover, it was.
His Dracula comic where he's a superhero, that cover's kind of striking. But when you really look at it, it's not.
Right. But this was legit. I mean, you couldn't tell it was him unless you looked really, really close. And it might have even been signed. So it's.
A few of those Monster magazine covers that he did that the Crypt Keeper of Castle Hills was showing a week ago. He pretty much produced that magazine, that Quasimodo's Monster magazine. There was some of those covers were all right.
And of course, this Saturday is Dr. Silverage and Shannon. So
not this week.
Oh, they're off again? Okay.
Oh, yeah, I think Rod has some kind of festival they go to every year. And...
Oh, okay.
I told him just run a repeat, and we wouldn't know. We'd just be thinking, what's wrong with the chat?
Yeah, he could set up the stream and then send one of us the link, and we can run it for him. So,
or better yet, 2.
Yeah, 2 at the same time. Yeah.
Do any of you guys want to do a stream? Well, we probably should get their permission.
Why? They don't own YouTube.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I figured people own time slots. I thought I was a real rat.
They're not using it this week.
Mike's slot the other week or last week.
If you want to do something this weekend, this is the weekend to do it. Then.
Yeah. They don't have a copyright on Saturday mornings.
No, but and I said if they're not there, I'm sure a lot of the audience would like to have something like that to pick up the slack.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got to work, so it's a good point for me. But
it's sad that we worry about everyone's withdrawal and stuff like that.
Well, we're old. We don't have much left.
That's right.
except for Paulo.
And I am immortal.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They're going, oh, I thought I'd be the first to go.
Yeah, Paulo, you might end up with all our stuff here in a short period.
Oh
of time.
yeah. I mean, your families probably hate that you all collect comics. So if you want to donate it to me instead of going to the trash,
Well, my wife and I, we don't have children, so I don't know what the heck is going to happen to my collection.
yeah.
I'm
Apparently, the
hoping
puppets have my house staked out. They're waiting for me to croak like those old horror stories where the old uncle is in bed dying and the ne'er-do-well nephews are pretending to like him. I think I figured out why they let me do those readings with them.
Well, you can curse a Swinging with Scooter book, and when they open it, you'll haunt them.
Well, Paulo, I've written a few books, and one individual in Portugal wanted a copy. He sent me some money to cover the shipping and all that, but I had to fill out this this form for customs going into Portugal. So I don't know if sending anything to Portugal you have to do something similar, but I had to describe my book, and they wanted to me to assign a value to it in case something happened, and
Yeah.
a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You got to do that every time it goes overseas. Yeah. Canada too.
Well, I've sent to Canada before, and it was just straightforward. I didn't have to do customs.
What? I have to do that every time when I send
Real
into
well.
Canada. Yeah.
Where you live, they're worried about anything coming out of Chicago, probably.
Yeah, anthrax maybe. Hey, here's a Catwoman. Now, this is a really cool cover. I mean, it's a modern cover, but
Oh, yeah.
Catwoman 49.
Yeah, that series was good. That was 1990s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Who was that artist? Was it Ballant or something like
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, Ballant. I think he pronounces it Ballant, but I don't know. Maybe it's Ballant.
He left that to do his own fetish book that he's been doing for about 20 years now.
Yeah.
But
I'll
I think his
probably
wife
go-
is the model, so I guess
Who
good
was
for
the model?
him.
Who was the model?
His wife.
Oh, yeah, right. Look at here. There's some other stuff. I've been digging this stuff out because we're getting the furnace on the 22nd. I got to make room. A lot of modern stuff, but this is it's a pretty cool cover, though.
Nice.
Cool
Never seen that
story.
one.
I don't know. I'd have to look it up. Gotta
It's
look
like
it up.
the late 80s, early 90s. They were reprinting. It might have even been some like Skywall magazine stuff. Because there's a vampire series that has some of those reprinted.
Let's see, what else did I find in here? I don't know what I had a whole box full of stuff. This is the what the hell is this again? I forget who was first appearance of somebody. It's a key issue. I don't.
Oh, I can't remember. I knew that a couple months ago. I priced one, so that's how I knew it. Apparently, it wasn't important enough to keep it in my head.
Yeah, I forget too, man. I don't know. Then Legion of Monsters with Satana. This is a cool cover.
Yeah, I actually bought that one.
Similar taste. Oh, this I can't show this. Good grief. Even though I got it covered up with tape in certain places. It's still.
Yeah, no, YouTube's getting a little.
Yeah, I don't want to show that. This is a cool cover though. This gun. I don't think there's anything wrong with this.
Feel free to show any of those masks and stuff behind you.
Look at the horse gets blown right through the head.
What?
Yeah.
What is this?
It's hard to see what. Let me take it out of the mylar, man. I think this is Tim Vigil.
That.
Anyway, this is Gunfighter's Hell, Original Sin, and then look at that horse, man.
Yeah, that's. It kind of looks like art you'd see on the side of a van. It's not. It's like real good for a high school junior.
Yeah, I like the cover, man. I'm like I was talking to Mike today, Comic Cryptic Castle or Memory Cryptic Castle Hills. He likes a lot of this stuff too, and has a lot of the same stuff I got. This was cool. Mona Lisa.
Who's the artist, Hans?
It's Vigil.
What was the comic he did that was like a real X-rated Wolverine? Can't remember the name of it.
I showed that recently.
No, it's just what I think he's the guy I'm thinking of. John Goris reminded me what.
It's Faust.
Faust, that's right. Yeah, it's. Yeah,
there's artwork in there, man. Oh, saints. Yeah, it's Tim Vigil.
Okay.
Great artwork, man. It's just beautiful artwork he does. And it's in black and white, which really brings out the detail. And I think you can still get this on the website, Broken Halos website. Because I've seen copies of this on eBay and stuff for $50, $75, and you can still get it, I think, on his website for around $10 or something. I mean, that's how much, the people are gouging the crap out of it, man. What else do I got here? Oh, this is in the vein of EC for sure. And you know what's nice about this is from 2004. Dave Spinnerack was talking about this once. This has a double cover. And I think, for Halloween, I'm going to show some of my EC comics. I have a couple of them that are also double covers.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. Speaking of Halloween, on the 22nd of October, we're going to do a kind of a horror show, Halloween special. Horror Mike, myself, and then there's Gratu said he was going to try to be on. I hope he can be on. And Night Tiger is going to be on, and Dr.Silverage. We're all going to be in costume. Look like a bunch of horrifying idiots. I don't know if I must have bought it. I don't think I bought this, from the store. I think it was included in a box of comics that I must have bought. I don't think there's anything naughty on this. No. Tales of Bloody Mary. I should have these all over the wall if I had a wall. There's tarot, which is too risque. Yeah, I don't want to show that. I'll show it on my channel, but this is cool. The Web Witch. Not for everybody. But, almost like, I can't show that one either. What the?
Maybe you shouldn't show them on your channel either. In this current situation, I think it's better to be cautious.
Yeah. Well, I'd cover the stuff up, I'd cover up the nipples on the boobs and things like that. Scary Christmas.
Reese,
great poster.
Just getting here. What'd you miss? You missed just about everything. We're almost done.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave this. Okay. That's about it for me. All I wanted to do was show this because this is such a great cover, man. Because I like spiders and that kind of stuff. What do you think, Ratu, about doing something like this, man? Doing the paint work on something like this and turning it into a real ghoul.
Like Joe Biden?
Yeah.
I think
even this looks better than he does right now.
I think Ratu was taking care of the dog when you were really talking about those.
Well, I walked in and I heard my name, but I did hear it on the show that you did the other night about painting one of those. I don't know how to get those. Those are
Joanne Fabrics. You can buy it. They got a price tag there, $12.99. You go online and it's $5, and then they have 20% off.
Yeah, but I could get a couple of Golden Age comics from my hold stack for that, and I need to be careful spending money.
Yeah, well, we all do. We all do. That's true. Very true.
But yeah, I probably could paint something like that. But you were talking about putting a sealant on it for styrofoam and then primering it.
Well, I think
I'd probably be better off building one of my Retfink kits before, but maybe, I could probably improve.
Well, I'm only saying because you could sell these. Somebody would buy these, man.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be interesting to see what they look like a year from now because they would dry and crack, I'm afraid.
These?
After being painted?
Well, depends on how good you seal that.
Yeah. The sealant.
Oh, I don't.
That's what I mean about a sealant.
I would do a crummy job. I don't know. That's not.
You can go online and look at people that have done it. You can go on YouTube and they've done it.
Well, I didn't know that they did that. Joanne Fabric, you said?
Yeah, Joanne Fabrics. Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I don't know.
Make something like this, man. Well, anyway.
And I mentioned Spinnerack's video. Captain Strangelife just released one about 2 days ago. Be sure to check that out. That's the Wienermobile, right?
Yeah. The Wienermobile. They call it the Frankmobile now.
Oh.
Well, they still call it the Wienermobile, but they advertise it as the Frankmobile most of the time.
So I tried to put a video up on Rumble, Micah, and it just went like a certain ways, and then it just said failed. Do you have to have a whole lot of memory left on your phone to upload to Rumble? What?
I don't know about that, but I haven't done that in so long. But whenever I would upload to Rumble, it will take about 3 days for it to be visible for somebody else to see it.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's not too-
their computers that go over everything aren't as fast as
Okay.
Google, YouTube.
Hmm.
They're not as picky, but they're just not as on demand, not fast. So
Okay. Well,
it may be there, it may not though. If it said failed, it doesn't sound like it.
no, it didn't get up. It just, yeah.
What is the name of your? Is it similar to this hotel?
Oh, I've never put anything up on there. I just, and people were trying to put comments below my video about what their name was over there, and they were all apparently. I never saw them. Apparently, YouTube's censors. You know, if you try to advertise for the competition, they take it out. They probably don't like us talking about it here either. I think I'm just brought to with a picture of Alfred Newman. I could look and see.
Okay.
But it's nothing there. It's just subscription. You know, it's just there for me to remember who I'm subscribed to.
Hey, Paolo, is there much stuff going on in Portugal for like Halloween? Is there any?
No, we don't
interest
do
in that?
Halloween really.
No?
Nah.
Mm. That's a shame, man.
That's me there, just Gratu with Alfred Newman. I have 3 followers, even though I have nothing put up. And I see Halloween. Following, there's Graphic Man's videos up there, one of these 4-color fossils.
Oh, yeah.
Halloween is a Celtic thing, and we were Romanized very quickly. And then we were early adopters of Christianity in the late 1st century.
Halloween's a big thing in Germany too.
You know, I was just thinking, you were showing BC and Wizard of Id. Wasn't he really persecuted by the media when Johnny Hart, the cartoonist, when he converted to Christianity? And he used to put up Christmas and Easter messages in BC, and people were freaking out and clutching their pearls, as I recall. Am I mistaken? I think that's true.
He might have got some pushback, but I don't know how severe it was. But.
Yeah, well, if it was today, if he had lived to today, they would have. Yeah. He would have been completely canceled.
Wow. In reading those, I'm reading them from like 76, and twice, each time an election comes up, he makes the comment, both parties are similar, they're about the same. So even back then, people were complaining about that like they do today.
Yeah. But at a certain point, he converted, and he started upsetting people.
I don't know.
Let's see if I can look him up.
She lost her shoe.
Yeah, actually, I'm seeing some things that he said to the press. I'll tell after the show's over.
All right.
Say it during the show. Yeah, he would not have gone over well today.
So for the people that are watching, you could check that out as well, like he's doing to get the full behind-the-scenes scoop. But on that note, we've made it 2 hours, which is great. This will hopefully look good on the YouTube algorithms, because who knows what looks good on YouTube algorithms anymore. But on that note, we'll go ahead.
It's TikTok Shorts.
Yeah, well, but that's going to be the demise of civilization. So on that cheerful note, we will say goodbye and check us out next time. We hope to have Metarog back. I've spoken to him recently, so that'll be good. And we'll mess around with Charlton's microphone some more. Who knows what we'll come up with, but in the meantime, we'll see you next week, and happy drawing, y'all.
Good night.
Good night.